All right. Hey, everybody. Hola.
Hey, what's up?
Barbie.
He at the wheel in Miami.
We are back in Miami, as we stated in the last video. I'm Barbie uncorked here. Zavi.
Yeah, I'm running this
trying to cork me.
mad woman.
Zavi trying to cork me.
Yeah.
Cork.
Cork, yes. Yes.
Barbie uncorked. He's trying to cork me. Anyway. So we're here. I want to recap because I'm editing the other video, the Prowein video, and I want to recap. So when I arrived this was May, right? Prowein was in May. So this was not over the summer. So I went to Spain in May of this year for the wine show for 2 weeks. And so that was my first time at Prowein and Prowein.
There we go.
But you said Prowein.
No, it's in Prowein. It's in
Prowein.
German. They write it like wine. Wein. W-E-I-N.
Oh.
Prowein. Everybody calls it Prowein.
Oh, I was saying Prowein.
Biggest wine show in the world.
And you've been going for how long with Con Pajuelos?
Oh, we go there every year.
Mm-hmm.
And we go to the Spanish wine pavilion. We're there with our wines. We have no time to leave and see the rest, unfortunately. It should be a great show to do as a wine lover, and you want to learn, you want to taste wines from all over the world. But when we go there trying to make some money selling the wine, we get stuck in our booth. Yes, that's the way it is. We see all these beautiful things around, but we can't touch them.
So that's interesting because I thought it was really for people who were in the industry. I didn't know it was open to the public.
No, it's not for the public. It's for industry, but you can always, I guess you can go, yeah, as a public, you can go.
I went with you because I had a lanyard, with Marjuelos, but like, could someone from the public just go in?
Yeah, you pay your, whatever entrance, with the ticket.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, very good, because like those people there, they're geared towards selling large quantities of wine, and like, I wasn't in the business, and they knew. Like, I went to walk around on my own for a little bit because, as Zavi said, he can't leave the booth, so he couldn't really like tour the place with me. So I went walking around on my own, and people knew I was not in the industry, And I think you walk up to a booth, and they're like, "Oh my God, we're not selling cases of wine here." So I don't know how open to the public or individuals that they are. Okay, so we're actually on our way to lunch, but I just did want to do this recap. Do you see the restaurant that you wanted to go to?
No, it's gone.
Ah, he wanted to go to a Spanish restaurant. So we just picked up the tags for, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place today. We just picked up the tags for Alejandro's new car. And we were coming back, we're both hungry. So Sabi wanted to check out this place that he knew from way back when, a Spanish restaurant, and he just discovered that it's no longer there. So now we're doing plan B. But getting back to Prowein. Yes, I was walking around, and I really didn't feel like anyone was really willing to entertain me because I was not a heavy hitter.
Yeah.
Looking to buy a lot of wine. They're not going to just sit and pour for the public. I don't think so.
No, first they're very expensive to go there.
Yes.
If you're gonna show you wines, the minimum, the smallest booth you can get, tiny, you can move much. You would be paying easily $5,000.
Right. So this is not a wine enthusiast type of a show. You may like wine, but these people are geared towards selling large amounts of wine, and they are not going to really entertain you. I'm coming soon.
Spanish restaurant, see that.
But
they're redoing the whole thing.
So yes, we were there. We had to fly out in separate flights because Zabi had booked already with his company, and then he got me a flight later on. I wasn't really sure if I was going at the time that they booked. So I actually had a really cool adventure moving around, flying into Germany. I had been to Germany before, but I'd never been to Dusseldorf. So, and I'd never been on the train, like a long distance train in Germany. So that was cool. So I had my train ticket. I get on the train and I sit in first class, not knowing that it was first class. And you know how the conductor doesn't come over right away. They come over, I don't know, at some point during the journey. And I was sitting there like, oh my God, these seats are so comfortable, but it's so empty. Why doesn't anyone want to sit here?
She's got a lot of nerve, this girl.
And I was just sitting in style there. And I was thinking, oh, wow, all the trains are like this. All the seats are like this. This is so great. So the guy comes around, he's like, move it, toots. This is first class. So then when I went to the other carts, I found all of these people stacked on each other in the common folk section. And all the great seats were already taken because I was sitting in first class and didn't know it. So I actually ended up having to sit on the ground in between the little carts. But it was okay. I sat on my luggage because it was just packed. The entire train was packed. So that was a cool little journey. And then I had to find my way to Zavi. So before I actually met up with Zavi and before we checked in, I was so hungry after that train ride. It took me forever. And so I went to a little place, like the second I got off the train, I went to have some lunch because I was so hungry and I didn't know if Zavi was going to be up for lunch or if he had already eaten. So I took the liberty to go to this cool place called the Fish House. It was near the Steigenberger Park Hotel. It was near the hotel. It was a great crowd, great energy. The service was good. It was fast and the food was delicious. And it was moderately priced. So I had a salad and it was just a great time to see like all the different people gathered there. I mean, it was like the who's who, everyone's fashionable. The entire street had like a lot of restaurants on it, but this particular place was like a kind of who's who in Dusseldorf place to stop. So check out the Fish House. The salad was great and I'm sure the other things on the menu are as well. And that was nice. We checked into the Steigenberger Park Hotel, which was a really nice hotel. And the review is coming up in this video. But yeah, the food was good. They had a restaurant attached, really hoity-toity, really upscale. There was also a really nice park adjacent, a city park with all types of artwork and murals. I didn't really look at, you know, there were a lot of busts in the park, I guess commemorating, you know, famous people in Germany. But it was a really nice park. So if you stay at the Steigenberger Park Hotel and you like to stroll through a park or exercise, it's adjacent. Also, when we checked in, there was like a couple of protests. Remember, there was something in support of supporting the people of Ukraine, and then there was like this workers demonstration. So it was a really busy square there. But then
What happened?
I wanted to ask you, like when I was moving around, I took pictures of some of the other booths. I have pictures of your booth, but like the Euskadi. What did I say? Euskadi.
Yeah,
Euskadi.
Yeah.
Tell me about that region because I have a picture of that one. Tell me about those wines. How much do you know about them?
Oh, yeah, you know the Chacolis, the white, spritzy and very fresh with a low alcohol level.
I've had that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I do remember.
It's
Okay.
the most acidity that you can find in a wine is probably on Chacolis. They are, it's almost like a lemon. It's very, the acidity is, they say brilliant. Whoever loves acidity, they love it. It's not sweet at all. It's dry, but it's very high in acid. It is very refreshing. It comes from Euskadi is a place where it rains a lot. They don't get a lot of sunshine. So their grapes don't ripen too much, so that's why they're so acid. It's like
Okay.
they're still green.
Okay, and that's the Basque region?
Yes, Basque region, San Sebastian, Bilbao, northern part of Spain.
Okay, so I have a question. Okay, so do you know anything about wines from Moldova? No, I took a picture of
I've
that
never been to
too.
Moldova.
I had a little sample of those wines. I was like, whatever. I was just like moving
Good, huh?
around.
Just a little sample.
Just
So
a
they were
little sample.
Stingy.
They were a little stingy when they found out I wasn't buying a case loads. So What about Rioja? Of course, you know Rioja wines. You are the Rioja man. So, can we quickly explain Rioja wines? Just a really
Something about
synopsis.
Rioja?
Just a little synopsis. Like if someone was in Total Wine and they saw the Riojas, that region, why would they buy it? Why would you recommend they buy it?
Because it's first of all, they're usually really great wines. Prices are, they beat everybody in price from a fancy French, Italian, or California region.
Mm-hmm.
The grape is Tempranillos, and they make an elegant style. They get some time in the oak, and they're spicy, soft, and you know they have this long aftertaste, which is great. A lot of spice, and not too heavy. It's been between a Pinot Noir and a little heavier grape like Merlot, maybe.
Okay.
So it's elegant, but it's at the same time has some body to it.
Okay. I also tried a sample of some Bestue wine. I don't know. You're not familiar with that one?
No.
Okay, so I tried a
Not yet.
sample there. They were cool to give me a little something, and I tried a little sample Chateau Neuf de Pop.
Chateauneuf du Pape.
Chateau Neuf de Pop.
Oh, you gotta put their lips like more like this.
Chateauneuf du
Pape. Yeah.
Chateau Neuf de Pop. So I had a little sample of that. Give me 3 words. Chateau Neuf de Pop. Description. 3 palabras, por favor.
Grenache, Syrah, and Mourvedre.
Okay.
Those are the 3 grapes that make those wines.
Very good. Okay.
Yeah, it's a cool place. It's in France, in Avignon is where the Pope used to live. The city is really beautiful.
Okay.
Yes, and the land where the vineyards are is all covered by pebble stones. That's the main theme over there, as far as the wine goes.
And the taste, give me 1 word to describe the taste.
Taste is also, it's hot in the summer. So it speaks of a warm climate region. And the wine, so that they have those hot regions have always the Syrah, the Grenache, and the Monastrell. The French call it Mourvedre. So they come with this like little chocolatey, typically like they're really bold in alcohol, like 14 and up usually.
Okay.
And they have this like little sweeter aftertaste.
Okay. And how does it compare to the Bordeaux?
Yeah, I mean, I have in my mind this thing about hot weather versus not so hot weather, reds. So the Bordeaux, speak of lower, not such a hot place as Chateauneuf du Pape. Grapes in Bordeaux are Merlot and Cabernet Sauvignon for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And those two, they're different. They have a profile that I would say is more, it's not as hot, offers more balance with the acidity, I think.
Okay.
Typically more structured, bigger in your palate. More, they're screaming for a good steak.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good, very good. And then I had some wines from
I'm so
Slovenia.
hungry right now.
Sounds good, right?
Yes.
Good steak and a glass of Bordeaux. Okay, so we'll get there. We're riding. We're gonna stop somewhere for lunch. I had a sample of Slovenia wines from Slovenia. I can't even remember. I should have taken notes. You know anything about wines from Slovenia
No.
or Belgium? No.
No, I'm sorry, never been to Slovenia.
Okay.
Or had a chance to taste the wine, so.
Now, what was surprising to me is the amount of space that was dedicated to like this idea of green or sustainable wine or organic wines. There's something that I saw called SAL, Spanish Organic Wines. They also had something called Fair and Greens, a Fair and Green section. And also there was something called Bioland. So a lot of so-called, I guess, organic wines are popping up and being made. I don't know what the consumption is like. I don't know how many people are buying them, but enough to like have this huge booth and a really popular show. So something's taking off with organic wines. Can you give me your take on what's happening in the industry, and when you taste these wines, what do you think?
Oh, well, I like my organic ones. Usually I'm very biased here, but yes. Yeah, sometimes I'm not super crazy about organic wines.
Okay.
It's all of this buzz. The best thing organic that I've seen recently is this dozen of eggs with free range tended by hand hens.
We're not talking about
and they go for $10.50 a dozen.
Okay.
And it's like organic. Those hens know how to sing. They're carried by hand just to put the egg somewhere. I mean, that's what the packaging says.
Yes.
Who knows what's behind it?
Okay.
And that's my thing. Who knows what's behind it?
Okay, so he's trying to make this point. So, babe, we're kind of outraged. Let's take a little break and go to another space here. We're outraged at the price of food today. Eggs, bread, cheese, everything is just like so overvalued. And you go into the grocery store and you're paying $6, $7, $8 for a dozen of eggs, and it's outrageous. Up to $10, and all of these claims about being free range and organic and all of this stuff and grain fed. Oh, well, all chickens are grain fed, so it's just like, what are you saying? What are you selling? So I guess he's comparing that to the wines, this industry that's catering to organic wines. But I don't know, babe. I have to really taste and see how it metabolizes with me. Maybe there's something to it. But I tasted a few of those wines. I think I went to I did go to Fair and Green Bioland and the Spanish organic wines. Did I notice a difference? I don't know. I wasn't really in tune, and I can't say that anything stood out that is memorable to me right now, but I would try it again. So just know that if you are in the market for some wine, there are organic wines. I can't advise on them. Bay's biased, because he sells his wines. Those are the creme de la creme for him. But there's a whole industry popping up regarding organic wines. But yeah, we had a good time. We ate at the hotel. We ate outside of the hotel as well. I found this little spot called the Frittenberg. It was so good. It was like healthy junk food. And they're in the same sentence. So it was like how do you call when poutine, like when the French do poutine with the French fries, and they smother it with all kinds of gravies or whatever. So this was Germany's version of the poutine. Poutine. You don't know this one term?
Poutine sounds funny in Spanish. You know what poutine is?
Like booty?
Yeah,
From a booty club?
Yeah, like a little prostitute.
Oh, no.
Poutine.
Well, I'm not talking about a little prostitute.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about when you go
We also have Pouton, which is a big prostitute.
You see where your mind goes, okay? I am not talking about
you said poutine. I'm like, what? Poutine?
So the first time I was introduced to poutine was maybe 5 ski seasons ago. We went to Canada, maybe 6 now. And you go into the little lunchroom, and you for your break or whatever, and they sell the little thing called poutine with the French fries that are covered in all kinds of different gravies and sauces. You never had
No.
Maybe it's called something else. Maybe I'm not pronouncing it right, but yeah, I thought it was poutine.
Yeah, poutine.
But I'm not talking about any type of
brand.
Prostitutes.
Definitely would call God's attention. Oh.
Yeah, I'm 99% sure that dish is called poutine, but he just took it to a whole nother place. But
yeah.
So yeah, that place was good, and they had falafel, and they had vegetables, but they did have a naughty side with those French fries, and you could get your French fries with a healthy something over the top or on the side, but it's still French fries and high in calories and carbs that are just gonna turn into sugar in minutes. But every now and then you gotta have that comfort food, so that was really good. ¿Qué más?
So Düsseldorf. So this is your chapter on Düsseldorf.
This is the video about Dusseldorf. We didn't stay long. It was really quick and fast, right? We didn't really explore the city a lot.
3 nights.
Yeah, but you were working, so we didn't just like go. It was like a very work-orientated type of trip, so we didn't like do any activities outside of going to the show. But I did go to the show, and I putted around for like a while, and then I putted around. I walked around with a friend of yours. No, well, not a friend, a client, Barry. I walked around with Barry, listened to his spiel because he's in the industry, and then I don't know, after I walked around for like a day, I actually found myself like going, okay, been there, done that. And then I spent some time in the park, and then we flew home, and that was it for Prowein. But this year, 2022, I heard, this is my first time there, but Zabi said, you told me that it's usually so much more crowded, and so this year Prowein had a little spin because other wine shows had taken place before them, and they were pushed back because of COVID. So the time that we went was not the time that Prowein is usually taking place. So this was May, but Prowein is usually taking place in March, correct?
Yeah, March.
Yeah,
March
so this year they were a little bit late.
Meat and Bone, look at that.
Meat and Bone, you want to go to Meat and Bone? Have you ever been?
No, but yesterday Mark recommended it, Meat and Bone.
Okay, you guys, so I don't know if you can park there.
Here, but let's see if we can park here.
So we're about to go to Meat and Bone, to this little restaurant for lunch.
No, this is to buy the meat. What's the premium butcher shop?
Oh, a butcher shop, okay. All right, so we're going into Meat and Bone right now, but that's the recap on Prowein May 2022. So, ciao. Thanks for your time.
All right. Thank you.
Ciao, guys.
See you next time.